Whether you're a frequent traveler or a casual vacationer, it's always crucial to be knowledgeable about the location you're visiting. You wouldn't want to end up in a city you know nothing about, considering violence and crime are pretty common occurrences in many cities. And although crime shows may be exciting on television, they're not quite as appealing in real life. Today, we're taking a look at some of the most dangerous cities on Earth that you may want to stay away from. Before we begin, hit the like button to help us out. Now, here are 10 of the most dangerous cities in the world. Number 10. Bolivar City, Venezuela. Starting our list off with one of the most dangerous cities, Bolivar, once a city rich with resources and a vital part of Venezuela's canal system, is now one of the world's largest mega-slums and one of Venezuela's most dangerous cities. The city is located around 75 miles up the Orinoco River from Guyana and is thriving with narcotics, gangs, and crime. Corruption and mugging are two of the most common crimes that occur in the city daily, and with an estimated 70 to 80 homicides per 100,000 residents, we wouldn't exactly describe this city as welcoming. Fortunately, according to data derived from Numbeo.com, worries about being insulted or subjected to physical assaults due to skin color, ethnic origin, gender, or religion rank quite low for the city. Additionally, drug dealing and usage rank at moderate, which is relatively uncommon for a city teeming with criminal activity. Bolivar receives quite a bit of negative press due to its condition, but it's not entirely the city's fault. Just a few years ago, Venezuela's entire economy collapsed, arguably due to its government policies, which caused many of its residents to resort to crimes in order to survive. Number 9. Belém, Brazil. One of Brazil's oldest cities, Belém, a port city and the gateway to Brazil's lower Amazon region, has become one of Brazil's and the world's most dangerous cities. Belém was once a pretty popular destination spot for travelers, with its colonial-era architecture and distinctive regional cuisine. The city served as a gateway to the lower Amazon's amazing river beaches. And due to its strategic position, the city also served as a conduit for agricultural and mining commodities, plundered from the Amazon jungles. Even with all the natural resources of the Amazon plundered, the city's wide metropolitan zone of 2.5 million people is among the dirtiest and most impoverished areas of the country. Crime often follows poverty, and Belém is no exception. In 2017, Belém's murder rate was 68 per 100,000 residents, the third highest at the time for a Brazilian capital, according to the Brazil Public Security Forum. This is due to the expanding numbers of militias and drug gangs waging war with each other, with the militias often coming out on top. Today, about 20 militias operate in Belém, and more are expected to emerge. Number 8. Fortaleza, Brazil. Another Brazilian capital, and one of the largest at that, Fortaleza is famous for its beaches that are dotted with red cliffs, palms, dunes, and lagoons. Fortaleza is a vibrant city of about 2.5 million that will immerse you in authentic Brazilian culture. But you should probably know that it's widely regarded as a not-so-safe destination for travelers, having one of the worst crime rates in Brazil. With 69 murders per 100,000 residents, its beauty is unfortunately overshadowed by death. The city suffers from other petty crimes, such as break-ins, armed robberies, and corruption, and is well known for its tourist prostitutes. Men in particular are often the victims of drugging and robbery crimes committed by sex workers. It's also said that gay men, lesbians, and trans folks are often subjected to homophobic physical and verbal abuse. However, if the vibrant life of the city continues to allure you, use extreme caution when exploring this city, especially at night. Number 7. Natal, Brazil. Once known as Brazil's safest capital, Natal, with its breathtaking natural landscapes and historical landmarks, has unfortunately deteriorated into a city full of crime. It is now known as the city with the highest rate of all crimes, which includes physical and sexual assaults, theft, and carjackings. The homicide rate in this city is 75 per 100,000 people, and poverty and violence between prisoners and gangs are said to be the main drivers for the city's high crime and murder rates. Despite all this, the city is still safer than most other major cities in Brazil, and is still quite a popular tourist destination. This is because you don't really find the usual drug syndicates you find in other areas of the country. If you're planning to visit the city at any point, just be sure to not flash any expensive things around impoverished areas, and make sure to never stray away from the tourist areas. Things can change pretty quickly once you wander out of them and into more dangerous neighborhoods. Although violent crimes are rare and uncommon in regards to tourists, pickpocketers are often known to victimize a few tourists each year. Number 6. Guyana, Venezuela. Close to Bolivar, Guyana, the fastest-growing city in Venezuela, is a port city with a population of around 1 million people. Because it's home to large iron, steel, aluminum, and hydroelectric industries, impoverished nationals flock to the city in search of any form of prosperity. This is in spite of the city's considerably high crime rate that has continued to proliferate over the years. Violent and petty crimes are widespread in Guyana, and gang, drug, and trafficking activities are particularly high in the city. Petty crimes such as armed robberies, muggings, burglaries, assaults are all common occurrences also, and occur on a very regular basis, particularly in large commercial and shopping centers. Violent crimes are also quite present, mostly due to organized gangs, drug syndicates, and renowned criminals that fight for territory. The city has around 80 homicides per 100,000 residents, and is in fact Venezuela's second deadliest city. We advise tourists or other visitors to use extreme caution when touring the city. Foreigners have been known to be robbed at gunpoint and attacked after withdrawing money at banks, in shopping districts, and in hotels. Avoid carrying large amounts of cash, do not flash expensive objects, and do not exchange money in the streets. We're now halfway through our video. If you're still with us, comment the Earth emoji below. Number 5. Irapuato, Mexico. A central Mexican city that most people have probably never heard of, the colonial city of Irapuato is extremely dangerous to visit or live in. Just last year on June 6th and July 1st, mass shootings occurred at drug rehabilitation centers in the city. On June 6th, 10 men were slain at the center, and on July 1st, less than a month later, 28 more people were killed, and 5 left injured. This is the result of turf wars between extremely powerful drug cartels in the local area. Human trafficking and drug dealing are also activities done by these various gangs. Many have recalled and even recorded vivid images of mass shootings in pubs and men armed with assault guns in the city. The situation in the city is so bad, local police passed the matter to the federal authorities, who so far have not been able to deal with the violence also. Although all this may sound pretty terrible, we always try to look for something positive for each city mentioned on our list, and in Irapuato's case, their huge strawberry farms and colonial heritage are quite beautiful. Number 4. Juárez, Mexico. The capital of the Mexican state of Chihuahua, Juárez, which was previously known as El Paso del Norte, counts in approximately 1,500 homicides a year. Surprisingly, this number is actually lower today than what it once was, dropping by around half in the last decade. Juárez was once named the world's most violent city, with crime peaking in the late 2000s, up until violent crime started falling in the early 2010s, due to various factors. The Mexican city's high violent crime rate is mostly due to its cartels and gangs fighting over territory. Cartels are incredibly vicious in this city. Instead of burying their victims, they often mutilate them and publicly display the mangled bodies of their victims for all to see. Although it has been claimed that perpetrators normally avoid hurting innocent bystanders, we still wouldn't recommend touring this city on your own. The city rose to prominence, or I suppose chaos, due to its incredibly fortunate positioning. Being close to the United States, the city is often the staging point for immigrants and narcotics to be smuggled into the United States. Many weapons captured in Juárez, such as assault rifles, have been traced back to the United States. Number 3. Caracas, Venezuela. Caracas is the capital of Venezuela and is a commercial and cultural hub of the country. The city is home to some of Latin America's largest skyscrapers, such as the Parque Central Towers, and is home to various restaurants, theaters, museums, and shopping malls that display the country's amazing culture. But aside from all the incredible culture that you can find in the city, Caracas is also known to be perilous for visiting tourists or investors. The city is one of the deadliest in the world, drawing in approximately 100 murders per 100,000 residents, and has one of the worst rates of violent mortality in the region and globally. The Venezuelan capital has been designated as a critical threat site by the U.S. Department of State for crime directed at or affecting official U.S. government interests. Foreign visitors are often the victims of armed robbery, kidnapping, and murder, according to the Canadian government. Like the first Venezuelan city we mentioned, this is all related to Venezuela's recent economic collapse, which has forced many residents, and Venezuelans in general, into a life of crime, in order to feed their destitute and often malnourished families. Evidently, poverty and the lack of law enforcement are the driving factors that make this city incredibly dangerous. Number 2. Acapulco, Mexico. From Hollywood's playground to murder capital, it looks like the Mexican city of Acapulco has fallen from grace. The city serves as a stopover for ships and cruise lines traveling between different cities. But don't let the beautiful beaches, vistas, and swaying palms tempt you into exploring the city's neighborhood streets. With an average of 111 homicides per 100,000 persons, Acapulco is one of Mexico's deadliest cities and has been on the list for quite a while now. The city's hillside neighborhoods are a haven to over a dozen small gangs, such as Los Locos and 221. Gangs in Acapulco have a lot of power and very often have scheduled neighborhood plunders. Local business owners have no other choice but to pay a bounty in order to remain safe. This unrestrained power through violence and demands, which arguably started around the mid-2000s, is the primary cause of the city's tourism industry to tumble. The local and federal governments also haven't made much progress in regards to the deadly situation, and so at least for now, we'd recommend skipping this city from your travels altogether. Though if you do have a stopover there, just make sure you never wander into the local neighborhoods. You're nearly at the end of our video. We're on a mission to explore all of Earth's amazing destinations. Make sure you're subscribed. That way you'll always be notified of our latest videos. Number 1. Tijuana, Mexico. The world's most dangerous city. Tijuana sits at the top of our list, with approximately 138 homicides per 100,000 residents. It's said that every single day, over 7 individuals are routinely slaughtered in the merciless city. Tijuana was once a spring break destination for many American college students, up until its criminal underbelly reared its ugly face. Similar to other cities already mentioned in our list, poverty and violent crimes such as rape, homicide, and even kidnappings are frequent. Much of the violence in Tijuana over the last 2 decades have been the result of turf wars between large drug cartels, mainly the Sinaloa and Tijuana cartels. The city is one of the most lucrative cocaine smuggling corridors in Mexico. If you still want to visit the city, you'd better do it in a bulletproof van. Hey, thanks for watching. Want to suggest a video or have something to say? Let us know in the comments section below. Check out our cities playlist for more videos like this one.